nicotina.
Stai
Si
fumando.
sente.
Stai fumando, eh? Cioè, non è che non stai fumando.
Gas mask and hand grenades. Gas mask and hand grenades. Gas masks and hand grenades. Gas masks and hand grenades.
All right, there we go. We're here now. Now you can see me, right? Now you can see me. Okay. My apologies. They changed. Oh, I see what's going on here. Hang on a minute. I gotta delete. We gotta go with this overlay. I'm not sure why they're doing that, but I see everybody in the background. What's up, guys? How you doing?
Hi, ciao.
Thank you all for joining. I didn't know I was going to get the whole band, but that's very cool. Appreciate it. Dom, how you doing? And will you introduce everybody for me, please?
Yes, nice to see you. I'm Dom, and I'm the guitar player.
Mm-hmm.
And then here we have the bass player Clem,
Nice
and
to meet you.
new entry the band, Edo, on the drums.
He's a new drummer. Yeah, right. We're going to talk about that for sure. No doubt.
Yeah, so. the old drummer died, you know.
The old drummer died. Well,
yeah.
Now, just we'll go there first real quickly. So you are new in the band, as in, but have you played live with them before?
With Edo, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes, he's playing with us since the March 23. Yeah, like maybe more than 1 year, 1 year and a half.
Yeah. Okay. But in the past, what you guys did was you used drum loops. You used a drum machine, right, or a drum brain or whatever. So, but now you've got him on, and it worked. But I think, does it feel better to have like a live drummer in now all the time playing live?
Yeah, feel much better. Also because he's better than the drum machine, you know. It's,
well, there you go. That's high praise there. I don't know if Dom or any of you guys know. Do you guys know the band Sisters of Mercy?
Sure.
Okay, so Sisters still plays with a drum machine. That's Dr. Avalanche. That was their whole claim to fame, was they had no live drummer. So you guys were halfway there, but I know that you did play with a drummer on some of your live festival dates and some of your tours, like over in Europe. So this is a full-time thing now, right?
Yes. We feel much better like this, and you know the dynamic of the sound is much better. The punching is cool, and we are prepared to also play on a big stage like an open air. Because before with the drum machine, it was like we were missing something. We are not Godflesh, so we are.
Yeah, right. That's a good point. Godflesh, right? They did it too. They might have been one of the. Well, probably Sisters was one of the first because that was from the '80s. But Godflesh, great example there. So, hey, we're here to talk about this primarily. The new album, which just came out on August 9th. I got the Night Shift.
Oh, yeah. Very good.
Yeah,
we didn't get that. You're so lucky.
Well, I have to buy one and send it over to you, man. It'll only cost me about $8,000 to ship it to you. So tell me a little bit about this. Is your first album on $20 Spin? Pretty big label here in the States. Pretty big metal label. Can you explain a little bit how that all came about and when it came about that you got signed to $20?
Yeah, it's not big only in US. It's big all over the world, in my opinion. Right. Yeah, and we really love this label since many years. And we met Dave, the mastermind behind $20 Spin Records, and because we entered in touch with him for something else, like for the visa, to play in US. Something.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right.
And, right. At some point, I sent him like a demo of the promo of the new songs, and we started to talk. So he's doing a really great job with this album. He helped us a lot, in the creative process also of the album. So we are really happy how the things are going with 20 Backspin, and I think it's one of the best label at the moment in the heavy metal and extreme music in general, you know, and because it reminds me the golden era of the Relapse records, when everything was, you know, marked by Relapse. It was like a guarantee, you know, everything was.
Or the early Roadrunner. Roadrunner was like that too. Early Roadrunner stuff. Yeah.
Roadrunner, the same, you know. You just see the logo, the 20 Backspin logo, and you know that is a good album. You know?
It's going to be good. Yeah, Dave, I'm good friends with the guys, Team Mold, a bunch of different bands, Worm, guys like that. And Dave does an absolutely amazing job. And he's got, you know, you're in a lot of good company on that label. A lot of great bands, a lot of really good, excellent releases, and, you know, kind of he's into a lot of different metal, though. It's not just like one type. It's not just brutal death or progressive death, or it's kind of he's got his fingers in the pie and all kinds of good stuff. So that's pretty cool. It has to feel pretty good. What's the response been so far? It looks to me like it's been pretty positive all the way around.
Yeah, we're very happy. The album is everywhere. I mean, and we cannot complain. I mean, we cannot wait to release this album, you know, because it was since early 2004 that we have the master, but the first singles came out in July, end of June, July. So for 6 months we were like, oh my God, I want to, you know, let the people listen this album very soon.
Right.
You know? Not wait anymore.
Yeah. Hey, do you read the reviews? Do you peek at some of that stuff and read it? I mean, I know I have a lot of friends that are musicians and they're long in the tooth and they've been doing this a long time. And they're like, fuck that, man. I don't read that shit, because if I read it, then I'll change what I'm doing to satisfy the fans because they're complaining. But I imagine, you know, you guys aren't a new band. I have to be very honest with you. I only found out about you guys with Tropical Sun, which was 2019, I think, right?
Yes, yeah. Right.
But you had another album out before, well, 2 albums out before that, right? Or was it one in a split?
Exactly. It's a split.
Yeah,
okay.
Maybe.
And you had a bunch of demos.
Yeah,
I know. Where do you get to be my age, man? You can't remember shit. Trust me. Believe me. I'm almost 60, so it's amazing. I remember how, you know.
Wow, congratulations. You look
younger. I'm an old man. I'm an old dude. So, I was curious so back to that thing. Do you read some of the reviews? Do you check out some of the videos online and things like that when people are reviewing it, or do you stay away?
Yeah, we check the reviews. I mean, especially Clem. He likes to read every comments, every review. I don't really care. I mean, I read some review, and sometimes it helps me to see the things from the other side.
Right.
So I think it's useful to read reviews. Sometimes they are smart. Sometimes it's just, you know, I don't get, maybe they don't get everything, you know, but sometimes it's very useful to see the things from another perspective, you know. So I think it's helpful.
Do you now this material that's on this album here, when did you start demoing and recording, or demoing, and then when did you actually get into the studio? Like, what was the birthing process like in terms of when you started writing material and putting together songs to when you actually got in the studio, recorded, and then came out? What was the length of time there?
Yeah, we started like in 2020, I think 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
About early 23, somewhere around there, maybe late 22.
I mean, we were touring.
Yeah.
And, in between the tours and gigs, you know, we put down some ideas, and we did pre-production with the drum machine, and then we listened a lot of songs, writing the lyrics, and then we met Edo, and we started the process again. You know, like arranging the song with the real drums.
Right. So you got to integrate him into the process.
Yeah, and we rearranged the song. and we spend a lot of time compared to the previous albums on this last one. So
Okay.
we took a lot of time taking care of the details, and even in the studio we took usually we stay very few days in the studio, because the budget is not always
Sure.
like huge budget. This
Right.
time we spend a little bit of time and money to make the things much better, and focusing on the details and on the sounds and everything. So we are very satisfied of the process.
Now, I'm going to ask this question, and I'm sorry if it's ever been asked before. I'm sure you get similar questions sometimes, but of course, when I think about you guys, the one band I think about right away is, who do you think I'm thinking of? Mortician. Because not because you guys sound anything alike at all, not because you sound alike, but there's a similarity with the movie samples or the instrumentals in between. So you're giving me this, so I'm assuming that you're a fan of Mortician then.
Of course, man. I mean,
okay, all right.
We're a huge fan of Mortician, Necrophagia, and all these bands that were, I mean, in their imagery, they used a lot horror movies.
In Italy, we got Volvectomy.
Yeah, they use a lot of horror, references.
Also, drum machine
and also the Mortician
and the drum machine. Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay. I was just curious. I didn't know if that was a bad thing to hear or a good thing to hear. So I was hoping it was a good thing to hear. But I mean, it's the obvious reference. Now, can you tell me a little bit about the name? Obviously, you're named after Lucio Fulci, the famous giallo director. Love a lot of his stuff. Got a lot of his Blu-rays over here. But why Fulci and not Argento or you see what I mean? Like, why not? Why was it Fulci?
Yeah, or Carpenter.
right, or Carpenter. Yeah, there's Carpenter Brood out there. But anyways, yeah, exactly right. So what was the thinking behind going with that name?
Yeah, because in our opinion, it's the Lucio Fulci was the one that influenced the most the death metal, and not only, even heavy metal and black metal sometimes, aesthetics in terms of references and lyrics. I'm sure Cannibal Corpse, before writing some songs from Eden Back to Life or Butchered Beard, they watched like a Lucio Fulci movie. I'm sure about
Chris Barnes was doing an all-nighter watching all the Fulcis, right? While he was smoking a lot of weed. Too, right?
Why not?
Exactly. So, but the band has been around. This was the shocking part to me. I didn't realize you guys had literally been around over a decade now. I mean, you guys are fairly young guys. You must have started this band when you were very young, Dom. I'm going to guess in your teens, early 20s?
No, we're not so young. I mean,
you're not so young?
No. Before Fulci, we had some other projects. I mean, me and the singer Fiore, we played together since we were very, very young, since early 2000. And we had a death metal band. Then we played some hardcore metal band with Clem also. And then in 2013, we started to think about a new band together. And then Fulci came out. It was like, let's make death metal with horror, themes.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, there was already Instagram, and we live in this era where everything is very fast. People doesn't focus anymore on things. They just scroll down all day. It's like a fucking slot machine.
It is. Yes, it is.
Yeah, so with those,
I call it the ADHD world that we live in now. Everything's just instant, and if it's, like my channel is very unusual because I tend to do these longer interviews. I'm not going to keep you guys super late, but I tend to do these long, deep dive interviews with some artists and over the pandemic, that was easy to do because nobody was going anywhere. Nobody was doing anything. But now that life is back to normal, whatever you want to call normal, you just don't have a lot of time. Everybody's like, okay, move it quick, scroll, let's go. And I don't really like that because I'm an old fucker and I kind of like it the other way, you know. But that's just because I'm old. What can I say, you know? But so go ahead. You were saying about Instagram and media.
Yeah, so I mean, Fulci was like, let's focus all the projects on one director and his career, you know, and let's make concept albums on his movie. So it's something very specific that nowadays seems to be, you know, not common because, you know, as I told you, people don't focus anymore on things, you know. So we are trying to keep attention on just one director and his career. And someone told me, but I mean, this seems to be like a limitation for your music and your, you know, albums, but actually it's not, because, you know, there is much more to tell about Lucio Fulci and his career in these movies, because he did a lot of different movies, like zombie movies, slasher movies, giallo movies, like even crime movies, you know. So we can build the project, you know, every time on something with some new inputs, even talking about the same guy.
So actually, the album, the current album, is based on this movie, right? The New York Ripper, right? Okay. Now explain to me. I've seen the movie, but it's been a long time. It was not one of my favorites of Fulci. I just being honest, it was kind of weird. It was very strange. What is the duck face part? Because there's a duck in it, right? Isn't there like if I'm remembering right? Help me remember this. I'm
not really. It's like the killer in the movie.
He makes a duck noise, right?
Yeah, he makes a duck-like voice by phone when he calls the police, you know.
That's right.
It's very grotesque. It's very weird, you know.
Psychotic. Yeah, it's psychotic. Yeah. And we should also mention that you, to this point, I believe, with the exception of the Morrisound thing, which I want to ask about in a minute, I believe all your albums are titled after a movie, correct?
Yeah, actually, they are concept albums
about
Lucio Fulci movies, you know.
Okay,
the first one was about City of the Living Dead. It's more like gothic, dark, about zombies. The second one, Tropical Sun, is about Zombie 2. So it's about the story of the zombies on the tropical island. You don't know if it's like a scientific experiment or like a voodoo ritual that brings the dead back to life. And the third one is based on Voices from Beyond. It's a late Lucio Fulci movie, like in the end of his career. So it's a very, you know, low budget movie, but very dreamy, very, you know, it's a little bit like a thriller movie.
Okay, I've not seen that one.
Yeah, and this one is about, you know, the New York River. So it's more about, it's like a slasher movie, like a giallo movie. Very violent, very sadistic, very, you know, extreme.
It's 1982 also, so it's very 1982, 1980s New York too, because I've been up there in the 80s when I was like a teenager. I went there on my senior trip. We went there and went up in the World Trade Center. So it's like, it's kind of weird now when you see movies like that and you go, oh, fuck, there's the World Trade Center. Like, that's gone now. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff, that whole era. But it's funny, we're talking about the zombie stuff, but I finally picked these up. But the weird thing is, so I got this one, right?
Yeah.
And I put the movie in, and I'm kicking back, and I'm thinking, all right, cool. And guess what movie was in it?
No.
Yeah, they put the wrong disc in. So I got Dawn of the Dead instead on that. So I had to buy the other one. But you know, I'm sure you guys love these flicks as well too. I mean, who doesn't, right? You know.
Of course, yeah. I mean, I hope someone will make a new band and we'll call it Romero.
Yeah, that would be. That's a good idea. Maybe I'll name my band Romero.
Do it.
The Morrisound thing. Tell me a little bit about that real quick. How'd that all come about? Now, I've interviewed Scott. He's a friend of mine. Really great guy. awesome guy. I'm really good friends with like Kelly Schaefer from Atheist. So I hear all these stories about, you know, the stuff that went on in there, and you know, it's so freaking cool to talk to these guys. And you know, now you went to Morrisound Studios, right?
Yeah, man, it's like going to the church, like the
Yeah,
church, you know.
Church of Metal, right? Church of Death Metal. Yeah. Awesome. Well,
I mean,
how'd that come about? How did you put that together?
you know, we were touring the East Coast, and we didn't have like any day off. There was just one day off between Tampa and Miami, and the guys were already dreaming about the beaches and, you know, hanging out under the sun, you know. And they
Hot American chicks. Oh wait, no, there aren't many of those. No,
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm just kidding.
And they told them, "I'm sorry, guys, I booked the Morrisound." What?
So they're looking forward to sitting on the beach drinking beers, and you made them go play fucking death metal. Wow.
Yeah, it's my fault.
What
Sorry.
a guy. What a guy. Did you get to meet Tom? I forget the other guy's name.
Jim. We
Jim.
work
Jim
with,
or Tom?
Yeah.
Oh, you work with Jim.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was-
Jim's like the legend, man. He's the fucking legend there with Scott, of course.
Yeah. When he opened the door, we were like, "Oh my god!
Yeah,
Oh my
bet.
god!"
I bet. I don't know if you can see it very good, but you see that on the wall back there? Maybe not. Hold on.
No.
I'll show you. One of my favorite albums of all time. It's not death metal, but I think you'll appreciate it because it's a fucking killer album. There we go. You know
Crimson
that?
Glory. Yeah.
You know Crimson Glory? That was done by Jim. That was done by Jim Morris, man. And that album sounds fucking huge.
Yeah.
It's like so good, man. I love that album.
I love also Sabotage a lot.
Yeah.
Sabotage.
Yeah, I saw you wearing a Sabotage shirt, man. What's your favorite Sabotage album?
I don't know. I really like all of them. All of them.
Yeah, but Hall of the Mountain King, just a bit above all the others, man. All of them are great.
Every band has his own masterpiece, but I really like all Oliva things.
Chris Oliva, man, maybe the most underrated metal guitarist ever, because he died when he was just way too young, man. What a loss, you know? Yeah. So did you just cut songs? I don't own the Morrisound album. So is that all new material, or is that just recuts of other songs that you guys do?
No. We just played we did a live session.
Like a live session. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick that up. That must have been super fucking cool to go in there where legends like Death and Cannibal and Obituary. I mean, all the big dudes, right?
It was like a dream coming true. I mean, we were very excited and touched because we were there. You know, when we were kids and we bought the CDs. You know, every time you were reading the thank list, of course, reading the credits, and every album we loved was recorded at Morrisound. You know, so for us was something like, oh, we have to go there one day.
Yeah.
This happened, you know, and we were there, and we booked the studio for 3 hours maybe, and we did everything, all the session and setting up session and everything in 2 hours. And we told Jim, look, let's take the other hour we booked just to talk. You know, we want to know everything about the
awesome.
You know, the Obituary demo, the Scott Arts era, and all the, you know, we had a lot of question for him.
Did you guys get this book?
Not yet.
Oh, you gotta get it, man. It's so fucking killer. Every band you can think of that means anything to death metal, for the most part, on this side of the pond over here, is in this book. And then a lot of bands that you're like, whoa, I didn't know he did those sessions. You know, like weird stuff. You're like, I didn't know he did that album. So it's a great book. And yeah, I interviewed Scott. It was an amazing experience to have him and David Gelke, who wrote the book. He also wrote the Obituary book as well, and the Paradise Lost book. So, anybody watching that hasn't seen that, go check that out. But Dom, speaking of Morrisound and legendary bands, one band we didn't mention yet was Morbid Angel. And you guys have a big ass fucking tour. Let's cross our fingers, because there's been some weird stuff going on with Trey lately, but let's cross our fingers. Yeah, a little bit of a weird thing happened there about a month ago. But how'd that all come about? And I guess you got to be stoked as fuck for that. That has to be like so exciting, right?
Man, we can't believe, we are going to have that tour, with Morbid Angel and Suffocation, two of our favorite band of all time, so we are very excited. We still don't believe. We will believe when we will play the first gig.
You'll believe when you get off the plane and it's fucking 35 degrees here, or 25 degrees. That's when you go, fuck this, let's go back to Italy. Have you been over here in the winter when you toured? You were here like in the fall last time, right? I believe.
Yes, but we were in the North, Midwest, and East Coast.
So you got some idea of the cold then?
Last one,
It was October or November?
November.
Maybe November.
Okay, so you already know that you're going to get some cold weather along the way. Yeah. And this is a nationwide tour, though. I think you're going out west too, right?
Yes, we will start in Tampa, and we will circle the whole US, coming back in Florida, again.
How many times have you been to the US, like as the band? Is it more than once, or have you only done that one tour? It's twice, right?
Maybe 4.
Oh wow,
4 tours, or 3 or 4.
Okay.
Bad with numbers and dates. Sorry.
What's your impressions of America? Do you like coming over, or?
We love it. I mean, the music we love was born there. So you can find people that is very bonded to this kind of attitude, and in Europe is different. I mean, there is a lot of death metal in Europe as well, but not like it. The one we like is in US, and people know how to do that. We are really happy to come there.
There's some great bands though from Italy. I just saw Mortuary Drape for the first time at Maryland Death Fest. They were fucking awesome. They were great.
Yeah.
Just a lot of fun. One of my favorite bands from Italy, one of my favorite black metal bands of all time, November. Man, nobody talks about that band, and I know they haven't done an album in quite a while. It's probably going on 8-9 years.
Very doom, good parts, very
doomy black metal, kind of proggy. They have a little bit of an Opeth vibe to them at times and stuff like that. What other cool bands can you guys recommend from Italy? Give me 2 bands each, guys, that you
from the
like
past. There are Bulldozer.
Okay. Yep.
Thrash metal band, and where else? I don't know. I really like early stuff of Schizo. You should check them out.
Schizo,
yeah.
Okay.
And Electrocution as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're not bands I'm familiar with, so I'll definitely check those out.
From the 90s, more early 90s.
Okay, cool. I did want to warn you though. You're aware, when does the tour start in November? It starts in late November, right? Or mid-November?
Mid-November, like 15.
Okay.
The middle.
So you do realize what's happening like about a week or so before you're heading over here, right?
You mean Halloween?
No, the presidential election. This whole country could be fucking burning before you come over here. Just be aware that might be what's happening. They may call you up and say, "Hey guys, the tour's off. Every city in America's under bomb threats or what." I mean, who knows? We have a psycho running for office, so
we didn't talk about that, man.
I just bummed your whole fucking trip out, didn't I?
We will come anyway.
Bring the death metal. Bring the fucking death metal. That's what I say. Yeah, and you're playing some cool places. I'm hoping to catch you I'm in Pennsylvania, kind of outside of Philadelphia, about an hour northwest of Philadelphia, about an hour north of Baltimore. So I know you're playing a place called Mechanicsburg, which is actually near the capital, Harrisburg. And it's a newer venue, a really nice. It's kind of like a micro brew. They brew their own beer and all that kind of stuff there, but then they have a stage there. I think it holds about 400 to 500. So that should be kind of cool. I'm looking forward. And you have, not only do you have two legends, you have a bunch of future legends. You guys, Mortiferum. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. They're fucking great.
Yeah.
And Uada is kind of the black metal band of the bunch. They're awesome. And then there's one other one. Knoll, is it? I think it's called Knoll.
Yeah, they're very cool.
I don't know those guys, so I don't know them yet.
Dark grindcore with black and hardcore influences. Very nice. That reminds me a little bit Full of Hell, if you are familiar.
Oh, Full of Hell. Okay, so kind of noisy and grindy at the same time, but very experimental.
Yeah, very cool.
Hey, I wanted to ask you two quick questions on this. Do you guys, the way you were talking, Dom, it sounds like everybody gets a hand in writing, but are you the primary guy that kind of comes up with the riffs, or how's that work? And also, if you would, please talk about the instrumental, the synth things. I hate to say I forget the guy's name. Can you please talk about who that is and how you got connected with that person and all that, how that plays into everything?
TV Crimes.
Okay, TV Crimes. That's it. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm actually put down all the ideas for the songs, but we rearrange everything with Edo before entering in the studio, But the main riffs came from me, for this album.
Okay.
And TV Crimes is just a moniker. It's actually me that playing all the scenes, parts.
It's you?
Yeah.
Oh, it is you. I was wondering if that was you. I wasn't sure, but because I'm a little bit new to the band, I'm like, I wonder if that's him doing that. I got a feeling he's doing that. Yeah. So that's really cool. I mean, instead of you do use some samples, but instead of taking direct samples like Mortician does from everything, you do the interludes with these cool kind of dark wavy kind of.
Yeah. Everything. Yeah, sorry for interrupting.
No, you're right. Go ahead.
Everything started during the pandemic when we were at home, and I started to play synthesizers, but like virtual instruments, not real one.
Right, virtuals. Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of composers like Carpenter or Italian composers like Morricone or Fabio Frizzi, Simonetti, and Goblin.
Oh my God, Goblin, one of my favorite bands of all time. Yeah.
So I grew up listening all that shit, and when we started to, we get in touch with Fabio Frizzi, that is one of the composers of the Lucio Fulci movies soundtracks.
Yep, I have Zombie back here and a couple other ones that he's done. Yeah.
Now he's touring US right now.
I know. He was just in Baltimore like last week, and I'm just getting over COVID. I got COVID 2 weeks ago, and it kicked my ass bad. Yeah. I missed a bunch of shows, man. I missed Deicide and Christian and Cloak, and all kinds of shit. So I'm hoping to get down to a show next week, but I'm still not feeling great. But go ahead, Fritzy, right?
Yeah, and Mortician and also every other band in the death metal, they just took the samples from the movie and put it in their albums. We thought it was like we are friends with Fritzi, and it was nice to steal the parts from his songs and put in our album. So I thought maybe it's interesting to play something that is inspired by that stuff, but is original, is new, something different, And they started like this, and I was thinking to use like a different name, just to underline that it's not Fulci, something else, that adds something in the, wherever we need these synth parts,
That's a great idea. I mean, that actually is really cool. But like I said, I was thinking, I wonder if that's him doing that. So I had that in my head. It might be you.
Yeah.
Real quick on this album here, I think it's the final track. I don't have the songs memorized. I apologize.
Yeah, it's an Italian name.
Yeah, what Miele del Diavolo? Nah, not too good, right?
No,
Pretty
very
shit.
good. Very good one.
Pretty
Miele del
shit.
Diavolo. Yeah.
I gotta tell you, dude, putting the sax in here, brilliant fucking idea, man. I love sax and death metal. Fuck anybody that thinks it's not cool. I think it works fantastic on that song. It's so cool, and it's very evocative of the 80s. It has that 80s vibe to it that makes you think of seedy nightclubs where, you know, some creepy fuckers sneaking around ready to slash somebody's throat. So I love that one. I love I love the whole album. And you know what I really like about it, man? I like the fact that it's only 33 minutes long. Because so many fucking bands now, or they don't do it so much now, but back when the CD first came out, everybody's like, we got to put 80 minutes of music on there. And by, you know, halfway through, you're like, oh, fuck, man, I love death metal, but I don't want to listen to this shit anymore. I'm done, you know. You guys get in, you get out quick. None of these songs are over. I don't think anything's 4 minutes long, is it? I don't think.
No. The rules is everything below 3 minutes. Like,
get in there with a sledgehammer and beat the shit out of somebody and get out, right? That's pretty much it, right? And it works.
Our reference every time is Raining Blood from Slayer, you know?
Yeah, 29 minutes. 29 minutes, exactly.
That's
Who did the artwork? Is this the guy that always does your artwork?
No, man. This is a nice story. I mean, this artist is Wes Ben Scudder, and
Wes, of course.
Yeah.
I didn't look. I apologize. I'm sorry.
He was in our top list since ages, you know. And this time we send him a message, you know. Just we said, okay, let's try. Maybe he will not read the message at all, or we say no, but let's try. And he answered back like less than 24 hours.
Wow.
And you know, he was up to doing that, you know, because he loves Lucio Fulci. He knows 20 Bucks Spin because he told me that he regularly buy albums from 20 Bucks Spin.
Sure.
He knew the band a little bit, so he was up for that, and he did a great job, in my opinion, because, you know, he did the perfect match between a death metal album cover and a movie poster. It's like
it has that very Fulci movie poster look to it. That absolutely, yeah. Do you guys have like 10? Can I keep you for about 10 minutes yet?
Yes.
10 minutes? You have about 10, 15 minutes? All right. Where was I going with that? See, now I'm old and I completely lost my track of thought there. Was this his original like design? Did he hit you with this right away, or were there other iterations of this that you went back and forth on at all, or no?
No, usually me and Clem, we take care of the graphics, you know, all the visual part of the band. We give maximum freedom to the artist. Like, if we ask you as an artist to do a job for us, we really trust you. So
right.
You know, we gave him like maximum freedom, and he killed it. You know.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, now do you think you'll stick with him next time, or do you think maybe you'll try to hit Seagrave up or some of the other legendary guys? I got a guy I got to tell you about, but privately. I got a good.
I don't know. We don't know. Maybe not. It depends. You know, everything is made. Is based on the Lucio Fulci movies. So if we choose a movie where Wes can fit the job, maybe why not? But otherwise, we can change. I mean, even the sax in the album, or we have like a hip hop featuring in the album, you know.
Right.
So everything is made not for the sake of it. It's made because we wanted to give these kind of vibes that you can feel in the watching the movie. So even the album artwork is about that. So it depends which movie we'll choose. We will choose the next time.
Right. And do you guys do you throw some names in a hat and pull one out, or do you come, Dom? Do you come and say, hey, I really want to do this, or like as far as the next concept, each concept that you've had with each movie, is it a democracy or is it a dictatorship when you decide that?
We just brainstorm.
Okay.
And we love all the Lucio Fulci movies, so
Right.
we can
It's
pick
very,
some. Yeah,
You can just throw a dart and pick one. I mean, it'll work, right? Yeah.
This time we wanted like a slasher movie because we never did the album on a slasher movie, so that's why we choose it. But next time,
Yeah. Got a couple comments. Got a couple comments from people. We've had upwards of 15 people watching, which is not bad in the middle of the day here, because we're still in the work day here. People are just getting off of work and stuff. So my good buddy Rick says Fulci rules, carry on. Okay. Angelo says stoked to see you guys in Dallas with Morbid Angel. There you go.
can't wait to eat Texas. Never been there.
Oh, you didn't go there the times you've been here? You've never been to Texas? All right. It'll be crazier there than pretty much anywhere else. There and Florida are the two fucking crazy places in our country. So, John says Duckface Killings finally got me to watch New. I don't know what that means.
New York Reaper, maybe.
New York. That's probably what he meant. Yeah. What type of music outside of metal do you guys listen to and draw inspiration from when writing new material? And before you answer that, Dom, you talked about doing these interludes and putting these synth things together. Were you teaching yourself synth? I mean, or had you had some experience playing around on a keyboard before you started doing these?
No, not really. I just play by
self-taught.
Yeah.
Are you a fan of electronic music, like say Tangerine Dream or
one of the best in soundtracks and ambient and synths and electronic music.
For sure, the Kings, those guys, and Kraftwerk and Jarre, Jean-Michel Jarre.
Yeah,
love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, all these kind of things. But of course, we listen to modern electronic music as well. We listen to
like who?
Like all the rap record artists like Aphex Twin or
Aphex. Aphex is great.
Aphex Twin,
amazing.
Sacred or Massive Attack, any trip hop music. Like we listen to a lot of different
Ronnie Sides.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's a good one. Yeah. Do you like the Warp artists? Like Aphex is Warp. You think of Warp Records, you think of Aphex, but like one of my favorites is Boards of Canada. Do you know Boards of Canada?
Yes.
Maybe my favorite band of all time, and they only have like 4 albums, and they haven't done one in like fucking 20 years or whatever. But man, and stuff like Alteca. You like Alteca?
Alteca,
yeah, crazy weird stuff. I don't listen
the modern Mozart.
Yeah.
Electronic music, in my opinion.
Of computer music, anyways, right? Yeah, sure. Let's see what else we got. Johnny says new album's killer, loving it. Duckface Killings got me to watch New York. Yeah, that's what he was trying to say. Listening to your record after watching the movie recently was a really cool experience. In America, food not so good. Rick, we just had the most amazing motherfucking shit down in Philly 2 weeks ago, where I got deathly ill, but we didn't have cheesesteaks. We had fucking Mediterranean food, and it's I don't know if you have these in the bigger cities in Italy or anything like this, but that we have food trucks here, and they go to places like venues after the show where everybody comes out drunk and starving, right? Or high and starving, or all the above, probably all the above. And we got stuff there at Decibel Fest. Are you familiar with Decibel, the magazine, of course, right?
Yeah.
So Decibel Fest is in Philly, and like I said, I'm only an hour outside there. And my buddy Rick here the Dreadful Minutes. He's in Philly, so we go to a lot of shows. We meet up down there, and this dude had a food truck out there making lamb and chicken dishes with like curried rice. Oh my god, man! Oh my, like better than sex, man. I'm telling you, it was so goddamn good. But we ate that shit, and then I got deathly ill. So who knows if that was the reason or not? But all right, we got, is the instrumental "A Blade in the Dark" a tribute to Lamberto Bava's film?
Sure, yeah.
Ah, very good, John.
Yeah.
John's all over this shit. Yeah, I forgot about Bava, Black Sunday, and okay. What else we got here? Tenebrae, that's another great one there, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, Hannes, guy, he's our friend, you know.
About that, guys. Sorry, I've got this cough still. Melanie loves death metal, sings the praises of Noel on her channel. Okay, she loves Fulci too as well. You got to do a synthwave record as TV Crimes. Yeah, I like that idea. Doing like a dark wave synthwave album.
Yeah, I'm working on it. You know, I have like I'm not alone actually. I have a friend that has a lot of experience with machine and synths, and we are working on EP with like 5 new songs with TV Crimes.
Oh,
brand.
nice.
Yeah.
Cool. That sounds really cool. Let's see. You got Rick says, did you guys check out the latest Uncle Acid and the Deadbeats? Total more. I got to check that out then, man.
Amazing.
Yeah. I got to definitely check that out.
Yeah.
We were talking about Saturday night. We do these drunken hangouts where we just hang out with different dudes all over the states. They're YouTubers, right? We're all metal dudes. And we sit and we get wasted and we just talk metal and movies and stuff like that. And somehow we got into spaghetti westerns, which I fucking love.
Wow.
All the killer stuff. But nobody had ever heard of Corbucci's The Great Silence. Or, no,
Corbucci, yeah.
Corbucci, yeah. Is it called The Great Silence, or is it? Yeah, The Great Silence, right?
Great Silence, I guess. Yeah.
Oh man, nobody's ever done a more brutal fucking movie than that, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I know it's not a Fulci movie, so it's probably off limits to you, but that would be a great movie to do.
We love spaghetti western, you know.
Oh man, well, Leon, you know, Once Upon a Time in the West, all that stuff is some of my favorite stuff. So, all right, real quick here. All right, somebody's trying to be smart ass here. He's speaking. He's writing in Italian here.
Yeah. Sette Note Nero is the psychic in English, I guess. And that one is sick, you know.
Johnny's saying the guys from Fulci are on the Slugor album I picked up recently, Italian Gore Grind.
Yeah. Slugor is they are very young, younger than us, you know, and they're killing it. You know, we play many gigs together.
Cool. And then we got, I did not know that. Did you know that? Fulci did a spaghetti western? I didn't know that.
Yes. A couple. It is I don't know the English names. Four of Apocalypse.
Oh, okay.
Four of Apocalypse. That
Very
one
cool,
is
very
the sick one.
Okay, I think I don't want to keep you guys too much longer because I know it's late over there. You guys probably want to get to bed or go drink or forget this horrible interview or something like that.
No,
but anyway,
it was very nice. Thank you.
Cool, man. Cool. Bring your drummer back, and I want you guys to say your names again, okay? Just so I remember. Dom, I know you. And drummer guy, your name is again? I'm sorry.
Edo.
Edo?
Edo?
Yeah.
Okay, so like now, Dom, I believe your name is probably like Dominic in English, right, or something like that, right? Okay. So Edo, what is that? Is there any English name that's kind of like that, or not?
In Italian, it's Eduardo. It's like
Eduardo, Ed. So you're Ed. Okay, all right. I'm just gonna call you Ed. I hope you understand.
Fine.
And then Clem, you're Clem.
Yeah, it's Clemente. It's maybe Clement. I don't know in English.
Clement probably would be it. Yeah. Or no, there's Clem. There's Clem. There's Clem in the States. They usually all live down in one area of Florida, but the Clems are all in one spot in the United States. We keep them there on purpose. But Yeah, man. Look, guys. Congratulations, man. This is really cool for you guys. Oh, I just thought of an Italian band, and you guys are probably friends with these guys. Bedsore,
Yes, sure.
the Bedsore
Yeah.
guys. I love that album they put out. It's so fucking weird, man.
They are label
That's
mates. They're on 20.
They're
Bucks
on
Feet.
$20. Exactly.
We will,
Yeah.
we will
We
tour
tour-
together in Europe next year.
Next year.
Okay. Cool, man. That's great. Speaking of that, you guys did do a couple of pretty big festivals this summer, right? A handful of them, right?
Yeah. We played with Carcass. We did
Wow.
some. Yeah.
That's got to be cool, right?
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah. We
Do you
did
ever
some-
find yourself just sort of pinching yourself, going, "What the fuck? How did this happen? Like, what are we doing?" Opening for Morbid Angel or opening for Carcass, and you're just like, how the fuck did that happen? You know?
Unbelievable. We can't believe that. From the posters to reality.
To reality.
Yeah. That'd be like my favorite band is Rush.
Wow.
I've met Rush. I've met Geddy and Alex many years ago, about 2007. Like, with the exception of the birth of my kids, that was the coolest fucking day of my life, meeting Alex and Geddy. I'm like, I was like a little kid in a candy store, right? But it was so quick. It just happened. It was like, it's over, but they're my favorite band. But if I would be in a band and get to open for Rush, that'd be like, all right, man, I don't care if I die today. Who cares?
Yeah,
this is the best, right?
Yeah. We are
Well,
very
congratulations, guys. It's a great album. Like, all your albums are really good. They're a lot of fun. They don't overstay their welcome. They're great listens. They kick you in the balls. They kick you in the face. And then they get out, and you can just fire it back up and do it again and listen to it again, right?
That's
All
it.
right. Real quick here. Just, all right. Yes. I always do this, and I forget. My buddy Tim down here reminds me. Gas masks and hand grenades, where music melts your mind. I always forget to say that, and he gives me shit about it. So, Dom, guys, hang on one moment, okay?
Yeah.
I'm gonna end it here, and I want to just talk to you one moment. So hang on one second. All right, thanks everybody that was here on a Monday afternoon.
Oh,
Go see these guys. Go buy. The last thing I did want to say, I just thought of it. See, I'm old. I forget these things. You guys are doing a hell of a job with your merchandising. I got to tell you.
Thank you.
There's Fulci merch everywhere. It's like every website or every distro you pull up, there's an album or there's a T-shirt or a. When are the thongs coming? The lady thongs, are they coming soon? Not that I need one, but I might need to get one for a lady at some point in time. Nah, probably not. But.
You mean a lady T-shirt?
Now way back in the 2000s, I'll never forget this. Opeth decided to do a thong for like women. Yeah, with their name on the, the spot, the area, right?
We did it.
Oh, did you do it? I was kind of joking, but it doesn't.
I'm sure abbiamo fatto le mutande dei Fulci.
yeah. Sì.
We did it, but
Come si dice per il zomo?
Tom.
Ah, Tom. Yeah.
Well, we'll have to get one for my buddy Rick. We'll have to get him one of those thongs.
Vai, giù.
Un attimo.
Did they have him on night shift? Maybe on night shift. Oh, there it is. All right. There we go, Rick. I'm going to be ordering you a pair of those after I get off the stream here. So, Clem, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Ed, nice to meet you. Dom, great to meet you. Hang on one moment, okay, guys?
Thank you.